Thanks for joining us tonight. Police are saying they still don't know why 15-year-old Natalie Rupnow shot 8 people, killing 2 of them at a school in Madison, Wisconsin yesterday. What we do know, according to the Washington Post's count, 215 people have died in school shootings since Columbine. This is a crisis, and we're going to talk about it tonight with Sammy.
Hi, Jana. So those numbers, of course, are hard to swallow, but the experts I spoke with say numbers will help us understand the problem.
More and more children are dying from school shootings. Just yesterday in Madison, Wisconsin, 3 died: a teacher, a student, and a 15-year-old girl who police identified as the shooter. Experts say the country is becoming numb to cases like this.
It sometimes seems that way, right?
Mark Gorlick is the CEO of Children's Minnesota. He wrote a book on gun violence.
This is at root, it's a health issue. It's a health issue for kids.
He says it's important to pay attention to these shootings because there are things we can do. According to the Washington Post school shooting tracker, 270 kids were at Abundant Life Christian School during Monday's shooting. 31,000 children have been affected by a shooting on a K-12 campus this year. 13 people have died, 50 others were shot and survived. School shootings have taken place in 21 states.
Why is it important to track numbers like that, painful numbers?
I think it gives us a sense of how big is the problem, what are we talking about, when are they happening, why are they happening, who's doing it.
Dr. Jillian Peterson is the executive director of Hamline University's Violence Prevention Project Research Center.
This is the first time a female has killed more than one person going back to the year 2000. So it's very rare. It's surprising.
Her team tracks mass shootings and homicides in places like schools.
You see this common pathway, which is typically starting off with significant early childhood trauma. That's kind of the early foundation, building towards a crisis point.
Their data also points to solutions.
1, you want crisis response teams, anonymous reporting systems, strong relationships, things within a school where you're going to notice if a kid's in crisis. And when it comes to school shootings, that's typically about safe storage of firearms at home.
Safe storage of firearms is probably the single most effective thing.
Gorlick says when the numbers feel overwhelming, concentrate on what you can do.
If your child is going to someone's house to play, to ask, do you have a gun at home and is it stored safely? That shouldn't be weird. If your child had a severe food allergy, it wouldn't be weird to ask what food they're planning on serving. If there were some new disease that were threatening kids, we'd probably be talking about it. This is no different. It's a form of a disease. It's a public health problem.
Both Dr. Peterson and Dr. Gorlick agreed that guns, mental health, reporting, they all have something to do with the issue. However, they point out that data shows us there are multiple solutions to this. It's not as simple as banning this or that. It will take lawmakers, educators, and community members to stop tragedies like the ones we have been following in Madison. Jana.
Yeah, Sammy, I'm going to talk about that a little bit at the end of show, that this conversation starts and stops at about 30 seconds because it becomes a shouting match, and that's not working.
Exactly. They point out that's typically what people do is they go to their political coordinators and corners, I should say, and point out who's to blame. They say there are much more productive ways to talk about this.
Obviously, what we have been doing isn't working. Thank you, Sammy.